everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I'm going to zoom right in on these beautiful cards. And we're also going to pull a tarot card pertaining to each of these, or a couple tarot cards, to see what Spirit has for curiosity, for wildness, for beauty, for all of that. And I just love the cool centered messages, especially this wild card in the beginning. It just looks so refreshing and freeing, and I just love it so much. I just feel like it clears my head and my heart and everything. So let's start with curious, and may you be open and explore. To me, this just definitely says throw those shutters and windows wide open and be curious about where the day can bring you, where your heart can bring you, where your curiosity, where your creativity can bring you. And let's let go of all the shackles or bonds of any kind of fear-driven anxiety towards change and growth, right? I equate it best with like going to a big party and thinking you're not going to know anybody, right? Like going out into the world. Oh, everybody also have their cliques and their friends, and everybody has their, they have their agenda and they know what they're doing. Everybody does not know what they're doing. Everybody does not know what their end game is. Everybody does not have everything all mapped out. And that's what we have to remind ourselves of. Everybody is searching. Everybody needs that kind of guiding light, and there's uncertainty. This is one of the reasons I have such admiration for people in theater and actors and people that just go in. They just start talking and becoming a character in front of a panel of people they may or may not know. It's all of those things where you just go and you express. And I do feel like that's one of the areas that's a high rate of rejection, right? Yet they go back time and time again and they hone their craft. And it's not because they are not, gifted, but that's the thing. It's like everybody is right for a certain part. So 9 times out of 10, they might receive a no. Yet they still go and they do it. And they, it's so beautiful. And I love that. And they are curious about, what role is going to be right for me? When am I going to fit in? Anybody, entrepreneurial spirits, all of this. I love this. So I'm going to split the deck right here. This is what we have. Oh, I love this. Perfect. So 3 of Wands, what is in? I'm going to also pull a couple of them because I think it's important. 4 of Wands. I feel like these two suffice and kind of create a story there. So with the 3 of Wands, which is like, all right, what is my sort of like immediate curiosity about the world? What keeps showing up in my head and in my mind and in my psyche and pulling me towards it? And I feel like very soon you're going to take a walk towards that. And I love the 4 of Wands because with these one after another, it means you're going to make a decision. You're going to be decisive. And I love this wedded bliss card. And it doesn't necessarily mean being married, but it means something culminating in a very good choice and a celebration because of it. So whatever you're curious in and you're moving towards, this is a successful outcome. This is feeling like, hey, I know what I want and I'm going to go for it, and I'm not going to be led by fear whatsoever. So I love this. I also feel like 4 of Wands can be a really nice reconciliation card with someone in a family friendship group or whatever, where it's like a nice homecoming, where all of a sudden you decide, forget this pettiness. I'm going to offer forgiveness and or ask for it. I just love that. I feel like this is healing, and I feel like if you're thinking of reaching out to somebody and offering an olive branch, now is the ideal time, because I feel like it's a high success rate for forgiveness and reconciliation, which I love. So this brings us to wild. May you express all that you are. Do not hide your true, whatever it is, gloss, intention, spirit. If you think something's funny, laugh at it. If you think something is atrocious, move away from it. If you think something is inviting and warm, just go for it. These are people dancing in the grocery store because they love the beat. These are people that just do an impromptu TikTok because where they are is the place to be and they love it. You know what I mean? Let things that really move your spirit guide you and go for it. And that's the cool ass grandma in the park that's skateboarding like she's 15. I love when I see people that really express themselves through dress into old age. I love it. Wearing top hats, wearing bow ties, or wearing big taffeta dresses, all of that stuff. Just forget about the spotlight effect and how other people might be viewing you or what they might be thinking of you, and just go for it. It's like whatever suits your fancy, suits your fancy. So I think this pretty much covers it with Queen of Cups. What makes you feel elevated, happy, and like you're living in your truth and your cup is full? Are you looking after yourself in terms of following your bliss? You know, if you feel like writing poetry in the park, did you give yourself the time to do that? Go do that. Get that little blanket, spread out at the beach and sit there and chant if that's what you want. And that will fill your cup and you will feel like you have choices, and it doesn't have to measure by anybody else's yardstick of success or excellence or anything. What fulfills you. And like I said, for some people, it's very little. I love those families that go to the beach and they have like 0 buckets, 0 umbrellas, 0 chairs. They basically have a big blanket. They're all sharing for all 5 of them, yet they build sandcastles. They swim all day. They love each other's company. They don't have to have all these accoutrements and a cooler full of caviar. Those people that bring a whole bunch to the beach, it's like they need to be entertained. They need to be distracted, right? People that bring a blanket and just themselves, they don't need to be distracted. They're there for each other and they're there for the nature. And I love that. And that's this energy for sure. Which brings us to beauty. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. That is the thing that always just is. There's no way I'm not at an advantage if I'm in a natural setting. I feel better. I breathe better. I see everything. I see the clouds forming into animals. I see bark. Lots of times trees look like they have faces on them to me, for sure. Like, that's amazing to me. I love that. I love watching ant life, bee life, squirrel life, whatever is going on in the natural kingdom. I'm there for it. And I feel like there's no beauty can surpass natural beauty, right? You just can't. Like the curve of a wave, all the colors of the blues, amazing sea glass, polished, all smooth and beautiful. That as well. Oh, look at these high cards for these. So again, this is saying, you know, damn the expense. If you want something, know that you're worth it. Know that you're going to have that expansive thinking that I'm worth this. And if you want to pick something up in a store and you think, like I did this the other day and it was weird. I picked up this, it was like Shiseido face cream, and I heard some woman just gushing about it and saying it was so fantastic, like a couple days earlier. And I was like, I was like, I don't think I need to spend this much on that. And it was one of those things where there are days, you know, when I'm in this mode, I'm like, you know what, if I want it, I deserve it and I'm worth it. That kind of L'Oreal premise or whatever, I'm worth it. That's what this King of Wands is with beauty too. It's like, if you see something and you think you look adorable or fine in it, get it and know you're worth it. A lot of moms tend to be like, well, I'm going to make sure my kids have this and that and that and that. And, you know, they eat the leftovers on the stove. It's like, this is you getting a wonderful meal for yourself. This is you taking a walk out in nature with the perfect cappuccino and just drinking in the gorgeousness. This is time for you to have grounding and calm and natural appreciation because you've carved out time for yourself. You're not giving to everybody else constantly. You're not doing for everybody else. And you have removed yourself from the grind into peace, beauty, magic, your love of nature, your love of things beautiful, your love of just reflection time too, because we all need that, and I definitely need that, where I just go on and walk, and sometimes I have the most beautiful little musings about anything. I've written entire songs. Lots of solutions come to me when I'm quietly walking in the forest or on the beach, because I'm in a restful, peaceful place. So my mind is like, how about this aha moment here, there, and everywhere when we're out in nature. And I feel like our guides also hand us a lot of that. When we're at peace and when the water is calm is when we see the bottom, right? It's when everything is stormy, we try to overthink or do too much that it proves difficult. So again, stepping out in nature and admiring it, sometimes just, these answers come to us, right? And resolutions to things. So I am loving that for you guys. That is what you were meant to hear today. I want to thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments and for watching. I really appreciate you. So I hope you all have a great day. Love and light.